So in no order, and want to thank people who had questions. If you don't get in this video, please drop your question below. I'll try and do another one as well. But here, diving into it. Rory, I know this is like picking, your favorite kid, but I'm curious which element of the business shows the most growth and potential and gets you the most excited.
Well, I guess it would depend on what time frame we're talking about. Going back a couple of years ago, we decided to enter the direct sales space, and exciting opportunity for growth and getting a lot of users on our platform that actually helped us really evolve the platform and make it so much better. Today, we dominate the direct sales space. We've gone from having a nice to have application, a nice to have set of sales tools for direct salespeople to absolutely essential. And I see that continuing to grow rather nicely. Now, that has been historically our bread and butter. That's the revenue stream upon which we built the business. And we also use that, frankly, as a testing ground to a great extent for a lot of the new products and technology that we developed, particularly Verb Live, which has evolved itself into market. Then we acquired SoloFire, as you may recall, and SoloFire had their own application for salespeople. It was a sales tools app. We included the interactive video capabilities in that. It's a phenomenal content management system for any salesperson, for any organization. And that itself now has evolved into the tool of choice for sports teams. I think that a lot of people don't realize that it's not just a bunch of guys playing on the field. That's fun to watch, and in many cases you become fanatics a lot of the time. But it's a business. It's a business, and a business needs to promote and market itself, and it needs the tools to do that. And Teams has just become the tool of choice for sports teams, which is fantastic, because that will also lead into using our live platform, particularly Market and the Verb TV component of Market, which we haven't talked a lot about lately, but you'll see a lot more of that, where you'll have players that will, for fan engagement, doing live streams. So that's been a phenomenal product for us. And, I think you probably have seen, we just recently signed the Panthers, and we got a pretty good pipeline of teams that are reaching out to us after having seen that first the Penguins did it, now the Panthers are doing it. It's very, very exciting growth area for us, no question about it. But at this moment, what Market represents, Market is a complete game changer in every way. Every major brand on the planet right now, unless they're asleep, literally, unless they're asleep, is looking at a live stream solution. There are companies that are popping up now, headed by extraordinarily talented people with amazing backgrounds, whose sole job is to consult to big brands to help them find the appropriate live stream platform for their brands. It's amazing. And fortunately, as we're demoing Market for these people, they're like, yeah, this is it. This is the best end-to-end solution out there. Kate's shaking her head because she's been on these demos, and it's jaw-dropping for them. So we're super excited about that. So in terms of where are we going to see absolutely the greatest growth, our expectations for the greatest growth, shareholder value this year and beyond, clearly it's Market. Market is next level from everything out there, but the timing is just perfect. And then when we lay a Verb TV on top of that, you've got shoppable television programming. I mean, we're just so far ahead of whatever everybody else is doing. And couldn't be more excited about that, truly.
Touched on a ton of questions, so awesome and incredible. Your passion always bleeds through. But yeah, you talked Florida Panthers, obviously incredible. Also want to highlight multi-year partnership, not just let's test something out. So extremely exciting, and you're kind of leading into we see a lot of questions about competitors. Is Rory worried about competitors? Is there other competitors? What do we think? So I guess I'll ask you, are you worried about competitors?
I think, I've been asked this question several times, and my answer is always the same. Come on, bring it on. More competitors, the better. We're leveraging their balance sheet, their cash spend on marketing to basically cultivate this entire market for live streaming. So if it was just us alone out there, okay, it'd be okay, it'd be great. We'll build this business over time. But when you've got a good handful of companies out there that are also promoting live streaming and educating the market to it, then you've just accelerated our business model. Because, again, we're talking to people who at the highest levels of retail, consulting to the biggest brands, looking for live stream solutions. They have looked at everything that's out there. And we had a call with someone yesterday, and I can't wait to disclose who that is, who said, we looked at this one, and this one. Each one has their own thing, but none of them really represent the total solution for what the market really needs, what the big brands really needs, even what the new sort of creator economy is looking for, except you guys. You guys have nailed it, end to end, best solution out there. And when you hear that kind of stuff, Jace, it's super, super rewarding. So anyway, that's where
Yeah,
we're at.
what a great answer. Awesome. No, fantastic. So here, I guess, kind of going on, saw this question. I thought it was pretty interesting. I'll grab your opinion on it. So they say, have the supply shortages or inflationary concerns in the general world caused any issues with Verb?
Well, not us, because look, we're a software, platform, a digital product. But for many of our clients, especially in the fourth quarter of last year, that supply chain shortage was a real problem for a lot of them. And companies that we were hoping to get onto market sooner, they just couldn't do it. We had events that were planned, and they couldn't guarantee they would have available product. So a lot of that got pushed because of that. But we now see that turning around fairly rapidly, and I don't know what they've done, but I could tell you that looking back to October, November, we're here in Newport Beach, which is very close to the Long Beach Harbor, where a lot of the products come in, and you see these ships out there, these cargo ships, just stacked up, a whole row of them going on for miles. It was like almost scary to see that was happening, and they'd be out there for weeks at a time. I don't see that anymore. I see a handful out there. So apparently they got some resolution around that, and I'm not quite sure what it is. So we see ourselves as a country coming out of that, and that's good for retailers, and obviously that turns out to be really good for us.
Yeah. No, awesome. Well, hey, I think that's a perfect answer. So hey, good to hear. And I guess you get to see a little bit of it out your window. So that's awesome. And then here, kind of last question for this segment was about acquisitions. I know we've talked about them on videos before. And so someone asked, this kind of three-parter, so bear with me. Curious if you could shed any light on what you're looking for when it comes to acquisitions. Will these also being sales type products, or do you see them kind of growing into Verb as a Salesforce type company, or will they grow around the core product that Verb is offering?
So, I mean, the short answer is pretty much all of the above. There's a ton of opportunities that we are looking at all the time. We have a division in the company that's now headed by Salman Khan, our new CFO, that they do nothing but analyze the opportunities that come across our desk. We have companies reaching out to us. We have bankers that have undertaken the sell side of a business and reaching out to us. Is this something that works for you guys? So there's no shortage of opportunities, and the reality is that we really get to pick. We get really a choice pick in a lot of things that are out there. So we have one acquisition that we've been working on for quite a while. We executed or exercised our right to acquire the business, going through the audit process. And obviously I can't disclose the name of the business yet, but that'll be done. And some of the other things that we're looking at now revolve around bolt-on technologies that we think will help accelerate our business, and additional features and functionality that our existing user base would gladly pay more money for each month. And that's a big thing for us, because we have our own development, of course, but looking at other technology out there that we could quickly add to the platform and then increase the spend The monthly spend from our existing user base is massive. That's instantaneous revenue. So we look at those things really, really closely. And there's a couple that we've got our eye on. And then now with market, I mentioned before that there's companies that are springing up that their sole function is to consult companies, big brands, et cetera, on which live stream platform to go on. And they represent, big portfolio, big brands. So acquiring that and having that capability, that relationship capital in-house, would accelerate market, rather dramatically. So whether we acquire them or whether we just partner with them, those are the kinds of things that we're working on right now. And, it's, I'd love to disclose some of this stuff because, I always
All
find
in
myself
good
in the same
time.
position.
All in good
Yeah, I
time.
always find
Stay
myself in the same
tuned.
position. Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned.
Oh, look, love it. Well, of course, Rory, Kate as well. Thanks so much for joining. I think those are some very high level questions. I know we'll do a deeper dive, and I'm sure we'll give a chance for people to ask questions about Kate, so we can, make sure it's not just Rory answering some questions. But for both of you, kind of last chance for part one. Any questions you guys are getting that you wanted to kind of fire in here before we close things off?
I don't think so. I think you've covered a lot of the hot topics. I'm certain that after this, after people see this, they're going to have a ton of questions for Kate, and we'll make sure that
So
we bring her
we're
back.
shooting this just before the Super Bowl, so I have to ask, and I'll probably go live after, so we'll see if you're right. Who's gonna win?
Cincinnati Bengals. I'm born and raised in Cincinnati. My brother's flying out. Cincinnati.
Rory, why do I think you want to say it's
I
the
have
Rams?
too many friends on both sides of the equation. I just can't disclose my feelings on it. So yeah, I don't want to hurt anybody or
Sounds good.
yeah.
Well,
I mean,
thanks.
it's going to be a great game. Very excited to watch it.
It'll be great. It'll be great. All
It's
right.
in Los
Well,
Angeles. Yeah, it's cool.
we'll help, we gotta help Kate out. We gotta cheer on Cincinnati and Joe Burrow. But sounds good. Kate, Rory, thanks so much for joining, and we'll chat again soon.
Thank you so much.